Jones. Rob, can you hear me? Rob's muted, but
He's muted right now.
okay. Mr. Wallace?
Here.
Mr. Corman?
Present.
Mr. Ellison? Mr. Pratt?
Present.
Mr. Livingston?
Here.
Ms. Kearney? Present. Judge Covington?
Present. I'd like to thank everyone for being here, and Mr. Livingston and myself are attending the Kentucky Association of Counties quarterly board meeting, and we are in Bowling Green, and appreciate the flexibility with everybody. Ms. Kearney, I appreciate your presence tonight as well, filling in for Mr. Cam Culbertson. Appreciate that very much, Ms. Kearney. With that said, minutes were shared from our previous meeting. Are there any questions related to those minutes as presented?
Motion.
Motion.
Second.
Second from Mr. Corman. Any questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Ms. Hamilton, just want to make sure the record reflects that Mr. Jones is with us. And wanted to make sure that's accurate. Rob, how are you? Hope you're well.
I'm good. Good.
The next item on our agenda is number 5, transfers. Any questions or comments related to that? Would there be a motion?
Motion.
You have a motion?
Second.
Second from Mr. Ellie Corman. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next item, bills and hand checks. Any questions or comments related to that? And I would draw attention to, Stacy sent out an email because we received an invoice and we were able to go ahead and navigate that. We received an invoice literally, I guess, yesterday. And it was for the remainder of our commitment that was approved in May of 2022 for the repairs for the air handler and HVAC issues at the pavilion. And that is included in that bills and hand checks amount for $363,552.35. Are there any questions or comments related to any of those items? All right, would there be a motion to approve?
Motion.
We've got a motion from David Livingston and a second, I believe, from Rick Hostel.
No problem.
Any other questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Let the record reflect that the County Clerk, Rebecca Johnson, submitted fees in the amount of $128,137.49. Also like to have the record reflect Sheriff Tony Hampton submitted fees in the amount of $71,281.86. Any questions or comments related to that? Now, I'd like to go to number 8, ordinance 2307, second reading. I'd like to ask Kelly Kearney to read that ordinance, and then we'll take any questions or comments.
Thanks. Scott County Fiscal Court Ordinance Number 23-07, an ordinance pertaining to paying funeral expenses for county employees killed in the line of duty. Whereas the Scott County Fiscal Court recognizes, values, and appreciates the service of all county employees, many of whom risk their lives in the performance of their job duties. And whereas it serves the public purpose for the Scott County Fiscal Court to pay the funeral expenses of county employees killed in the line of duty by providing an incentive to public workers and enhancing the morale of the public workforce. And whereas, having recognized these important interests, the members of the Scott County Fiscal Court desire to adopt an ordinance for payment of funeral expenses for the county employees killed in the line of duty. Now therefore be it ordained by the Scott County Fiscal Court as follows. 1. The Scott County Fiscal Court shall pay up to $20,000 in funeral expenses for any non-elected county employee or officer killed in the line of duty, meaning that the employee is killed while performing the employee's job. 2. Killed in the line of duty also means that the employee does not cause their own death and that the employee does not die from natural causes. 3. This ordinance shall be effective retroactive to January 1, 2023, and at all times thereafter, with the same force and effect as if this ordinance had been executed on that date. First reading approved June 9th, 2023, adopted upon second reading June 22nd, 2023.
Thank you, Kelly. Any questions or comments related to that?
We had asked at the last meeting about kind of contract employees. I know we have some jail people, and then also Chad had asked about what happens like EMS that are jointly funded. Does the county still cover all of that? Do we know?
You know, Ryan, in that respect, I'll have to reach out to Mayor Jenkins and ask them about EMS employees and their potential, you know, covering in local agencies such as EMS, and we'll do that. As far as contract employees, David, do you have a comment? As far as contract employees, you know, the only contract employee that we will have will be like a bailiff. And in my opinion, if a bailiff is killed by executing their duties, heaven forbid, please, we still treat that employee the same.
Ryan, on the way the ordinance is written, it says Scott County employee. So EMS is a Scott County employee because we administer the interlocal agreement, and they are paid by Scott County. And Georgetown only funds half of it.
And I would reach out and make sure that Mayor Jenkins, you know, is supportive, but it would be an expense that's through operating EMS, just like any other that would go through a, you know, a billing process where we bill them for half of the expenses, just like anything else. But I still think it'd be appropriate to you know, bring that up. Mayor Jenkins is out of town on vacation this week, so I will check with him. Is there any other questions or comments?
Quick comment. I think that's a legitimate question to get answered from Ryan, but, and I know you'll do that, but going forward, I'll make a motion to, in favor of this ordinance.
Thank you, Mr. Hospital.
I'll second.
We have a motion, we have a second.
Is that
I would
wrong?
like-
Yes.
I would like to make a comment there. I appreciate this is a, you know, I just think it's the right thing to do. And it, you know, just I see it as a benefit to our employees and their families, and 100% support it, and I'm proud that the court supports it as well. So we have a motion, we have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you all very much. With that said, we'll move down to number 9, Fire Department purchase, Source Flow Cooperative, and I believe Chief Baker is in attendance with you all this evening. And if Chief Baker would like to make any comment, the information was shared by email related to this request, and this is outlined. This is in line with what we have discussed in our fire apparatus purchasing plan, and this would replace an '05 and an '07 frontline apparatus. Chief Baker, if I'm correct, we're about a 31-month build out.
31 months. Yeah.
Pardon?
It is 31 months, and the last month it's gone up almost 4 months. We've gone from 27 months to 31 in just that 1 month. So the longer we wait, the longer that build out time comes in. So.
Chief Baker, in respect to, am I correct that this will replace an '05 and an '07 frontline apparatus?
That is correct, yes.
Okay. And then I believe the purchase price is the first one is $1,020,000, and the second one will be $985,000. Is that correct, Chief?
That is correct.
Questions or comments related to this request? In this purchase, the request is to use the Sourcewell Cooperative Purchasing Agreement that we have used in the past to execute this purchase as well.
So, quick question, Judge. So we're going to replace them. So when we get the new ones, if the court votes that way, these will come out of service. What will happen?
We have 2 '05s that will come out of service, and I believe the '07 will go into a backup status.
So what would you do with the ones? Would you sell them?
This one, probably surplus the '05s, yes. Yeah.
I think one of those '05s, Ricky, they've been on that in Marty's garden down there on 25.
Just out of curiosity, why is there a 35? Are there just different specs on them?
It's the exact same spec, but we get a multi-truck discount for buying the second one. So it's a $35,000 discount. Yeah.
Mm.
Good question. Would there be a motion to approve this request?
Motion.
Motion from Mr. California.
I'll second.
David Livingston, he used to work one time here. He beat you, Ryan. So we'll, Kelly makes the motion, David makes the second. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Next item is a request from Chief Baker and Chief Ward. Fire Department project would like to put out a bid advertisement. I'll let Chief Baker describe the scope of this request.
So a couple court meetings back, we came in and discussed moving our training facility from around behind our station up to around our drill tower in the back parking lot. We've made pretty decent progress with it. Everything's up, but we had planned on putting a fence all the way around the training facility. We've gotten a couple quotes on that. Most of the quotes are above the $30,000 limit to put out to bid, so we would like to put that out to bid if we can.
But you say you've already gotten some quotes?
We've gotten some quotes. I think we've gotten 3 quotes, and for the most part, they're all above that limit. So we would like to, like I say, put it out to bid and see what we can get.
Chain link, or is it wood, or?
It's chain link. It's the coated chain link, and they're gonna put some privacy slats in it. That way we're basically just trying to obscure the view of the training facility from the bypass of the road. Is what it is.
How tall was it?
Well, we've gone with 6 feet. Is what we decided to go with. Yeah.
And how many acres is that enclosing?
I think it was right at 650 feet of fence total. Is what it was. Yeah.
Now, I will point out, I think it'd be wise to put this out to bid, but after July 1, the change in the state requirements goes to 40,000. But I still think it'd be wise to put a bid out and get competitive bids on this.
Well, we don't have to accept them. I mean, depending on what they are. So I'll make that motion.
We rated at 100% on that. Would there be a second? Second. We have a second, from Mr. Chad Wallace. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. I will go to new business now, and the only thing item I have is a reminder, Monday, the 26th, 6 o'clock, same courtroom that we're in currently now. City Council will be meeting, and there will be a presentation from Branson Carroll, related to the Parks and Rec Master Plan. And, we have advertised or done public notice that our court, members have been invited and will attend. So that public notice, requirement has been met. And I hope we can all be there on Monday night, to hear the information from, Branson Carroll about the Parks and Rec Master Plan. And I will circle to the, other item that we discussed is the possibility of the county, city, capital projects agreement going forward. And it's in my mind, is items that could fit from this Parks and Rec Master Plan that we know, or feel like we know, and have been identified as potential projects that would impact many young people for outdoor recreation, and not just young people, but our whole community. So that'll be a topic of discussion on Monday night. I'd like to as well, some, and then move forward with that. So that's Monday night. Does any other court member or anyone else, for that matter, have any new business that they would like to take up with the court? Well, that said, no other new business, then I will ask, is there a motion to adjourn? We have a motion from Mr. Livingston. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Foreman. Any other questions, comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned. I will make one additional comment. I said with a new haircut, you look off the back. Are you going to the fair?
I go by every morning and eat.
All right. Very good. We're adjourned. Thank you all.